So then I come down to the studio and I fire up the computer software and I start laying out a grid for the song. Usually I start with MIDI tracks because I can always change the tempo on that, but I can't do it with live tracks. The song's about the passage of time, so what I did is I can turn off my click and I have the sound of a tick-tock, tick-tock, that is the same as like having a click track. Then I can start playing with basic drum tracks, and this is the fun part because then I get to experiment and audition all these drum loops and see how that does with a song. Like, ooh, you start hearing your song with these different flavors. Pretty basic loop for now, good for an intro, and then I'll get busier later. I'm recording fingerstyle and strumming acoustic guitar for my new song, and I always have a tuner on in front of me to check tuning in between takes, but depending on the voicings where the third of the chord lies, I will adjust for a well-tempered tuning. If I detune the E string down to D, I've got to retune all the strings because of the different tension on the neck, and I retune it back to E and I got to retune again. So I find myself tuning the guitar or checking the tuning just about as much as I am playing the guitar on these takes. So I always have a nice in-tune sound. Hey, it's Tom. I'm going to show you the production tracks on my new song. Okay, so I used some clock sounds to bring home that idea about the passage of time, and I realized that the quarter notes on one clock weren't enough rhythm, so I added eighth notes with some tick sounds. Here's a piano bounce from the other video. We've got real bass. Real bass, not a mini bass. And my guitars are here. Oh, let's hear what the guitars sound like. Those are pretty cool. Piano. Got a real hi-hat because the drum loop hi-hat is awful. I can't stand it.
Not deliver all our dreams,
little room,
but it can offer the sweetest times it seems.
I like my guitar fade, but needed effects. All right, let's go to the solo interlude. Features sitar and an octave guitar. I'm going to solo up my tracks one by one of the outro. Vocals for the outro.
Nothing stronger in the world than family, family.
And lots of delay, yeah, delay. And then higher voices.
Nothing stronger in the world than family.
And there's the track.
Nothing stronger in the world than family.
A couple ad-libs. There's my song.
You know, Kierkegaard says that life can only be understood backwards.
He did believe that it was up to individuals to create values.
Understanding life